The worst anime hot takes of all time. Let's see how bad these get.
So guys, it's 2025. Woo, let's go!
We made it.
Therefore, it's only natural for me to look at some of the worst hot takes I could gather throughout the last half of the year. It's sort of like a send-off. After all, we will be leaving all those bad takes back in 2024. Bro, who am I kidding? We all know dang well that there will be more horrific takes this year. So without further ado, delay, postponement, obstruction, or setback, let's get into the first take. And like always, no hate to any of these people, we're just talking about anime.
Trunks and Goku can't blow up a planet? Isn't that false? I told y'all I hate people that wear glasses. They always think they're so smart but be dumb as hell.
Oh my gosh, the first take's a TikTok live take. Goku/Trunks aren't planetary. You know what? Let me keep an open mind. It's just a screenshot and I can't say he's bugging out just based on it. Let's hear what he has to say.
That's exactly what that means. Because Trunks has never done it, he can't do it. He's not planetary until he demonstrates otherwise.
I'd actually like to get in contact with this guy because he clearly knows Kizaru's plug. Let me actually give you guys a bit of a history lesson on why this take might have even arrived. Several months ago, near the tail end of summer, the topic on whether Naruto was planetary came up, with the sides being clearly divided. One side said he's planetary because he fights with people who can destroy planets, and the other side said he isn't because he hasn't blown up a planet. Now, questioning if Naruto is planetary or not is fair to an extent because the Naruto franchise doesn't have people blowing up planets regularly. Questioning if Trunks is planetary is a completely different story. The guy in the video basically says that since Trunks hasn't destroyed a planet, he can't do it, which is a fairly disingenuous argument. The logic makes sense in theory. For example, if your friend said that he can beat a tiger in a fight, you called cap until you saw it yourself. But the logic breaks down so quickly when you realize your friend has been seen fighting toe-to-toe with freaking alien tigers that are 100 times stronger than a normal tiger.
That's a fair point. That's why I looked at y'all like that. Almost everybody in that anime can blow up planets. That's like a regular feat for them. You don't believe that Trunks could blow up a planet, but Frieza could do it during the Namek saga. It makes no sense. The logic is not there. Frieza could do it so long ago, but you telling me that Trunks can't? And he defeated Frieza. And almost everybody in the anime can destroy planets. What the fuck was the logic there, my guy?
Beat a tiger in a fight, you called cap until you saw it yourself. But the logic breaks down so quickly when you realize your friend has been seen fighting toe-to-toe with freaking alien tigers that are 100 times stronger than a normal tiger. At that point, you just have to give up the logic and agree that he can beat a regular tiger in a fight. Like, why can't people just accept how Dragon Ball Z works? How many times do we have to teach y'all this lesson? They have been blowing up planets since power levels were in the thousands. When was the last time a power level was relevant? The Namek saga? They stopped mattering because power levels became absurdly high. Frieza was casually blowing up planets in his first form. Trunks was able to beat the brakes off that same Frieza when he was in his final form and supposedly stronger than he was on Namek. Trunks even caught the attack that Frieza was going to use to destroy Earth, which mind you, this attack was stronger than the blast that destroyed both Namek and Planet Vegeta with his bare hands. I think the language being used also matters. Saying that Trunks is flat out incapable of destroying a planet is just wrong. He's acting like Trunks can't also use Ki Blast of similar magnitude to destroy a planet. It's not headcanon to think something like that. It's an extremely reasonable assertion. When I see someone hold on to such logic, it just makes me think they want to win the argument so badly. And then I'm gonna ignore this Goku part because it's pure engagement bait. The TikTok live epidemic still proves to be strong to this day and will probably be stronger moving forward. Oh, too soon?
Damn.
Anyways, let's get into the next take.
This is the dumbest shit ever. I actually seen this on my timeline and I ignored it. Didn't Mr. Fantastic come out before Luffy? Some of y'all new anime fans are just retarded. I cannot lie. A lot of y'all do not do research. Y'all just be saying the dumbest shit ever. Do some research on the shit that you love, because this is just dumb as fuck, bro.
Ah, One Piece fans, the gift that keeps on giving. But to be completely fair, this guy is genuinely just asking a question. He's not trying to be annoying or implying that One Piece is the father of everything. I just wanted to include this in the video because this is the same idea of Dragon Ball fans taking credit for the ideas of other creative projects. Reed Richards has definitely been able to alter his appearance to make himself look more buff. Gear 4 also came out in 2015 and Mr. Fantastic has been around since the 60s. That means there are nearly 50 years of Mr. Fantastic comics to draw inspiration from. Sure, you can draw connections between the two, but I think the chances are higher they just want to go for an Aki look for Mr. Fantastic. There always seems to be certain fans and some fan bases who are so stuck in their own community that they can't fathom something else being completely original. Then there are people who will feed into the nonsense and keep up the bad takes when they're just wrong most of the time. Like, I know for a fact that there were people who saw this post, took it way too seriously, and went on a tear trying to prove that Luffy actually inspired Mr. Fantastic. But I won't stay on this one for too long. Let's move on.
Anything that brings you to the conclusion that Krillin can breathe the same air as Luffy?
Whoa. Hold up. I'm not dealing with any more Krillin slander. He's just glazing. Next state.
Is Sakamoto Days actually good? I like the art style, I love the animation. But yeah, there was something about me where I'm like, if this wasn't well animated, I don't think I'd like this at all.
I have no leg in this race because I haven't seen a single episode. I watched a video on it, but I haven't seen a single episode. So I can't say nothing about this, but I am going to watch that take and see what he has to say.
I don't think I'd like this at all. I think this would be really boring and generic.
So just in case your roommates with Patrick Star, a popular manga series called Sakamoto Days recently started its anime adaptation. The series has been relatively hyped up because the manga really started popping off in recent years, but there has been a lot of mixed opinions about the first episode. Everyone can have their own opinions about an episode, but it feels as if a lot of people are kind of forcing out overall views about the series. We've only had one episode so far, so to try to ask yourself whether the series is good or not is jumping the gun a bit. Like, we're already giving Sakamoto Days the Demon Slayer allegations of being carried by animation, and to be honest, the animation in Sakamoto Days is really good, but it's not so jaw-dropping to the point where I'll just say that it's doing a bulk of the work. And even if it did have worse animation, it'd still be only one episode out of 22, so just wait and see how the rest of the season pans out. Also, in the video they're saying it has a generic start, but saying a series has a generic start is like calling the sky blue. Most series have a relatively average start to ease people into the series. The first episode of One Piece has Luffy in a barrel and has us following Kobe a bit. First episode of Jujutsu Kaisen was relatively basic too. High school kid gets a demon inside of him. I don't even want to mention how Black Clover started off in its first couple episodes. I could go on.
I heard Black Clover is peak now. Some people said that Black Clover is better than Naruto. Now listen, when I say this, I said some people, not me. Y'all better not be in the comments flaming my ass up. I be telling y'all what I be hearing through the grapevine. Y'all think that I'm the one that said it. No, I didn't say it. I haven't watched a single episode of Black Clover. I'm not the one who said it, okay? But I heard that Black Clover is better than Naruto. I'm not baiting y'all. People have told me that they think that Black Clover is better than Naruto. I'm not people, nigga.
I could go on and on about series with relatively average starts. It's not common to see an anime start off with episodes like Attack on Titan or Yu Yu Hakusho.
Peak.
So let's not make that the standard for what series should start off with. That's how people's brains get fried. And calling it a worst spy family is kind of wild. Like, yeah, assassins and spies, they're similar, and Sakamoto does have his family, but it's too loose of a comparison for me to make. Before I get into the next take, if you're enjoying the video so far and you're new, you might as well subscribe.
Subscribe to my boy.
On to the next take. Okay, fine, I'll do the Krillin take. For some reason, Krillin had a surge of slander which boggles my mind. Y'all gotta stop playing about my guy.
Luffy in Gear 5 would absolutely obliterate him. He would absolutely just destroy this man's life.
First off, let's get this straight. This guy's straight glazing. Also, I really don't know if bro is joking or not. Bringing these One Piece or Naruto characters into fights with Dragon Ball Z characters is like entering a toddler in the UFC. Luffy versus Krillin is literally the coughing baby versus hydrogen bomb meme. And the thing is, if I just say DBZ characters are always going to be stronger than Luffy, I'm just going to get told I'm wrong. Krillin's portrayal in Dragon Ball being the weakling really made y'all think he would be a bum in other series. Emo would be bowing before Krillin if he was in One Piece, along with the rest of the 5 elders.
Krillin?
Yeah, so I need y'all to realize Krillin is one of the weakest in Dragon Ball, but Dragon Ball's power compared to other animes is so far beyond that y'all wouldn't even comprehend it. Just because your favorite anime character is strong in his verse doesn't mean he touching anybody from Dragon Ball Z. I'm gonna put it like that, and I know y'all not gonna be feeling me in the comments, but it's the truth.
Krillin, Luffy, Naruto. Who's coming out of the room alive?
Not Krillin.
This clip actually reminded me
like, y'all just don't understand. Y'all see Krillin being weak in Dragon Ball and don't understand that Krillin probably stronger than your favorite anime character. Depending on who your anime character is, Krillin can give the works to a lot of characters, bro. I'm saying.
Not Krillin.
This clip actually reminded me of something I've been working on for a minute. I just wanted to let y'all know that I will be advocating for a ban of all microphones and cameras in any convention in 2025. Yes, I know. Thank you. The stuff they be saying in these street or convention interviews really makes me wonder if there's some secret organization that exists in this world. I don't know if they're told to say something else beforehand. It's a very clear pattern. If you see someone at a convention and ask them for a hot take or a question, they'll just say anything. These interviews are actually bordering on communist propaganda. Blink twice if y'all need help, please. Is Shonen Showdown keeping you guys hostage? The takes I hear about Dragon Ball tell me that it is the most watched, unwatched series ever. It's so popular, yet people are just blatantly wrong about it so often. I don't want to rehash points I've made before in the past already. Let's just move on and leave the Krillin slander in the past.
It said if Bleach came out nowadays, it would flop just like Black Clover.
The only anime I think that will flop if it came out nowadays would be Dragon Ball Z. I know y'all are about to be frying me up, but the only reason I say that is because Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z had weird ass pacing at times. I feel like we're so used to action like JJK that Dragon Ball would not be successful in today's time. I know y'all not gonna be feeling that. That's y'all favorite anime. I like it too. That's just my hot take. I don't think it would fare well in today's time, and I will stand on that.
Bleach came out nowadays, it would flop just like Black Clover.
Okay, there are somehow multiple multiple things wrong with this one sentence. How do you even manage that? That's gotta be some sort of skill. Where do I even begin? First off, Bleach is definitely on the older side of anime, but it's not that old to the point where people are just blinded by nostalgia. Besides the animation being a bit worse than earlier arcs, Bleach still holds up extremely well to this day. That's why the big three is so iconic. Not only were they popular back in the day, but they're also able to hold up fairly well when watched nowadays. There's also the fact that Bleach is in fact still being released to this day.
Exactly.
I don't know how this person forgot about Bleach still having an ongoing anime with anime exclusive content in it. Then there's the fact that Bleach inspired a lot of other series with the format they have.
JJK
has inspired domain expansions, the divisions in the Soul Society mirrored the squads in Black Clover, and My Hero's author Horikoshi said that he drew inspiration from Bleach. Now, work with me here. If a series provided a blueprint that proved to be successful, and that same blueprint is used today and is successful as well, would the original not have similar results? The only way I see this not being the case is because people talk about anime way differently today, and people can be a lot more divisive nowadays when it comes to anime. Then we also have to address that Black Clover part of it being a flop. This is just a bold-faced lie. Black Clover was not a flop. If you didn't like it, that's fine. But to say that Black Clover wasn't popular and bombed is pure lunacy. We can all acknowledge that Black Clover didn't have the best start, but in case you didn't know, it's not 2017 anymore. It's 2025, and the series has gotten a lot better as it progressed. After watching the Elf arc, I promise you fans were not saying Black Clover was a flop. The only reason why people don't talk about it is because the anime was on hiatus because of its close proximity to the manga. The mangaka also had to slow down the schedule for Black Clover because of health and family matters, so a new chapter drops about every 3 months. That's not flopping. It's making sure the mangaka and the series are both doing fine. And plus, anytime there is a new chapter, Black Clover fans start popping up again, and the series returns closer to its prime form. Next take.
Yeah, he said everything I could think of. A lot of people tell me Black Clover is peak. I told y'all that earlier. I don't know why they said Black Clover was bombing. Now, in the beginning, you could say that, but over time, Black Clover fan base grew a lot. It's a lot of people that ride for Black Clover. I've seen it firsthand. It's a lot of people that think Black Clover is top 3 in anime. I don't know how, but they do.
And plus, anytime there is a new chapter, Black Clover fans start popping up again, and the series returns closer to its prime form. Next take.
What?
With TikTok being banned in America, we'll see how long that lasts for. I wanted to include one of these hot take slideshows that progressively get hotter. And I'm gonna keep it a buck, I don't really care or have much to say about half of these. Like, I'm not gonna fight you on if you think Akamaru was annoying in Naruto. A couple of these takes did catch my eye though, one of them being about the worst fan bases. Now, I think JJK fans deserve to be here without question. Some of them can be very obnoxious about their series, especially because it was so popular in 2024. I don't think AOT and JoJo's fans deserve to be here without some other contenders in mind. I think that there are a good amount of fan bases who can contend for the last 2 spots. My Hero fans were way too crazy in the early 2020s to not be in contention for a spot. One Piece fans are always in contention for a spot like this, along with Dragon Ball Z fans. Then I'd probably have to have AOT as my other contender. My final list would probably have JJK, My Hero, with DBZ and One Piece tied for worst fan bases. I low-key think another fan base has potential to rival JJK.
Y'all already know how I feel about it. I told y'all that I don't think Don Don is anime of the year. Y'all was on my ass. Y'all was on my ass. Don Don has some of the worst fans of all time. I feel like a lot of Don Don fans haven't seen a lot of anime. I'ma say it, bro. Y'all treat that anime like it's God, like it's doing new stuff. It's a great anime, but it ain't doing no groundbreaking shit. And y'all be on my ass when I say stuff like that. It's good, but y'all be trying to make it seem like it's top 5 anime of all time. No, nigga, the fuck. Y'all hyped up episode 8 so much that I looked at it, I was like, oh, it's a backstory. It's a tragic backstory. I've seen that before. That's why I think y'all are new anime fans. Y'all haven't seen real pain. Y'all haven't cried during anime. Y'all haven't had y'all favorite character die. Yeah, that was a good episode, but like, I've seen that shit before, bro. I've seen it before. This is nothing new to me. I've seen a lot of backstories be sad. It's a great story, but y'all glazed the fuck out of that anime to the point that it made me not like it no more. It's good, but y'all can be honest. After episode 8, what really happened? Now, season 2 might be fire, but after episode 8, Dandadan went downhill, and y'all not gonna admit it, but I'm gonna tell y'all, that shit was not hitting the same after episode 8.
Probably have JJK, My Hero, with DBZ and One Piece tied for worst fan bases. I low-key think another fan base has potential to rival JJK, but I'll give it a couple years and see how they're doing then. Another take I found interesting is SAO being better than 90% of new gen anime. I'm not
You hear that, my glorious King Kirito? They're glazing you. Look, they're glazing you. I don't agree with it, but we love to see it. I don't think you're better than 90% of nothing, but we love to see it. Hey, you know what I said? Shout out to y'all glazers out there, bro. But y'all are telling me that y'all think Sword Art Online is better than 90% of new anime? Let's be serious, bro. Let's be serious. That shit is cap. That's cap as fuck, bruh.
Another take I found interesting is SAO being better than 90% of new gen anime. I'm not sure if the 90% of new gen anime is in the room with us, but I'd humbly disagree with this take. I think we all know the tale of Sword Art Online.
Oh shit, My headphones died.
But I'd humbly disagree with this take. I think we all know the tale of Sword Art Online. It had a good start, but in the last half of season 1 lost a lot of momentum. Season 2 was alright, and season 3 was actually good from what I remember. But even with season 3, I still feel like a lot of new gen anime beat out SAO's first 3 seasons. I'm not gonna really comment on the other takes too much because they're honestly fairly reasonable.
Just because a character has little development doesn't mean it's poorly written, okay? Akatsuki over Straw Hats and Espada. Character design is crucial for making a successful anime. I'm not gonna lie, I agree with some of that.
Comment on the other takes too much because they're honestly fairly reasonable. Like, enjoyability being better than good writing is something I can understand and might even agree with too. Something like Demon Slayer is enjoyable to watch even if the writing isn't deeper than something like Attack on Titan. When it comes to enjoyability, it is purely subjective. Except Misfit of Demon Academy. You're not allowed to enjoy that at all. If you do enjoy it, you're objectively wrong.
What's wrong with that?
Now it's time for the lightning round where I pick out some comments with hot takes that you guys wrote under the last video. Cheese Grater wrote about a lot in their takes, so I'll talk about a few of them. They say that DBZ is hot trash. It's poorly paced, horribly animated, only has a few good characters, has a bad protagonist, and can't kill off any popular characters and keep them dead. To be completely fair, you can think DBZ is trash and say that Goku is a bad protagonist, but I don't think animation being bad is valid whatsoever for Dragon Ball Z. In terms of animation, which is how the characters move, there's never really a point where I'm watching a fight and Goku looks awkward moving. It stays relatively consistent throughout the series besides Super. If you're referring to the art style of Dragon Ball Z, it's your opinion, but in terms of characters moving, I think it's just false to say it's bad animation. Also, to be a good series, you don't need to kill off characters. I don't know where this idea came from. It's a shonen anime for younger audiences. It's not gonna be a bloodbath every arc. If characters never got revived, you'd have to pull things out of your butt to make new characters on par with strength with the ones in the ongoing arcs. Cheese Grater also said that Demon Slayer is bad.
Whoa, dude, what the f? Demon Slayer is bad? What the hell? Why would you say that? I don't agree with anything you say, Cheese Grater. I'm gonna find your comment and dislike it since you want to talk about Demon Slayer.
Cheese Grater also said that Demon Slayer is bad as it has generic plot, generic characters, generic backstory, generic music, and great animation. They end by saying that it's ultimately carried by animation. This take is a lot more common than some may think, but I also think that people come down a bit too hard on Demon Slayer. Generic does not equal bad. Generic equals average. If we're going to call something bad, there has to be something bad about it. If you're pointing to everything in Demon Slayer and calling it average, then it's not actually bad, it's just average. The next take from Choppa Card, which I'm assuming that they got this take from someone else and they're not actually saying it themselves, is essentially saying that Zoro can beat Luffy because Luffy is weak to sword attacks. I've mentioned in the past that Zoro is closer to Sanji than he is to Luffy, and I think this is still the case. Just because Luffy is weak to sword attacks doesn't mean he'll just get murked and exploded by one sword slash. Let's make a connection with Pokemon. We know that Groudon, a ground type, is weak to water moves, so they'll do double the damage. By saying Zoro can beat Luffy because of his weakness, we can also say that Totodile could beat a Groudon even though we know that they are light years apart in strength. I know the take also includes Luffy and Zoro being relative to each other, but people also say that the earth is flat, so that doesn't really mean much to me. And I just wanted to throw this one last take in here because I've been holding on to these for a while. Y'all takes are not safe even in the comment sections of different platforms. What do you mean Roger was slamming Garp? What do y'all think Roger is?
I don't know what this
is.
If
Shanks and Roger have parallels between each other, Roger is just an old gen oh my gosh, I have to write this down for later. Oh my gosh. 2024 had a lot of bad takes and 2025 will probably follow suit. So as long as I can find bad takes, expect a hot takes video from time to time. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and thanks for making it this far. Thank you guys for all the support in 2024 as it was a really big year for me. And I hope that 2025 can be an even bigger year. With that being said, have a great day and peace out.